The creation of artificial organs using tissue engineering is likely, in the early stage of the rollout of science, to be a major feature. The thing about transplanting organs that have been made in the laboratory is that you fix all of the 7 deadly things in that organ in one go, because you've built something that, by definition, doesn't have any of these types of damage. And so it sort of sidesteps all of the piecemeal approach that underlies the concept of science. But there are 2 big limitations to the organ transplantation approach, even when those organs are not having to be taken from some dead person, but rather they've been built in the laboratory. One limitation is that there's plenty of the body that isn't organs, or at least that isn't transplantable organs. So we can think of skeletal muscle, that's the whole of the rest of the body. You can't really replace that by transplantation. And of course, the most obvious example of something that you can't replace by transplantation is the brain, which, in principle you could put a new brain inside somebody, but it would rather defeat the object. The other limitation that organ transplantation or tissue engineering has is simply that it's very invasive. It involves surgery. And so, you just don't want to do it too much. It really has an inherently high risk associated with it. So I believe that it's quite likely that when sense is first developed, when we start, maybe in 25 years from now, having this panel of therapies that really rejuvenate people, that will include transplantation of certain organs that have proved resistant to being rejuvenated in a more microscopic manner. However, I think that there will continue to be, as a very high priority, work to eliminate the need for that transplantation and to allow people to actually rejuvenate those organs in situ using cellular and molecular means which are less invasive, so that transplantation is no longer needed. There's also the issue of organs that are not biological. So, for example, hearts that are mechanical, that are made out of titanium or whatever. Now, of course, there's plenty of that going on already. Some people actually have artificial hearts. And certain other organs, it's gone further. Like a great example that's got a lot more history is the cochlear implant, which is something that, of course, has been used to alleviate certain types of deafness. So I think there will continue to be a place for organs that are not biological. However, I think that it's likely that as we move forward to developing more and more sophisticated biological organs, the need for non-biological ones will diminish, and the biological ones will perform better, simply because they are evolved, if you like, to actually interface with the rest of the body more effectively.